Welcome to the tiny house. As promised, after all the building videos, we're going to give a little tour, and we're going to start over here. So, this is our living room and bedroom kind of combo. We've got the couch here. This is from Amazon. It does pull out into a bed. It's pretty comfy. I'm 5'8", just for reference of how much space this couch has. We can fit about 4 people on it. It's amazing. Also, underneath the couch, if I can get it up, we have this whole area of storage that we just kind of keep our extra bedding and blankets, jackets, all the good stuff. And as I promised, this does pull out into a bed. I'll actually pull it out all the way. Oop. It's a little janky, but it works really well. We put it up literally every night to watch TV. Our current obsession is Peaky Blinders. So then we have our TV stand over here from IKEA, which has most of our electronics and stuff in it, but then also all of my shoes, a bunch of other random stuff, trash can, recycling bin, and then the TV that Jonathan was talking about. If you want to get a close up.
Oh yeah, I will. So we needed to get one of the thinnest mounts that they possibly had, very thin TV, and it still just barely clears the bed frame. It was one of the things that we were very happy that it all worked out. So,
and we'll show you how it clears the bed frame. So we've got this little control over here. The bed is a Happy Jack bed that Jonathan can tell you the funny story about how we came across this bed while it's coming down. So...
yeah, so the bed frame itself was something that was kind of a pipe dream, but ended up finding it only about 10 minutes away from the build, so it was very easy. We found it on Facebook Marketplace, brand new, and it works wonderful.
It is awesome. I'm not going to put it down all the way. You get the gist. We bring it down so it sits just above the couch, so we kind of use the couch as our step stool to get into the bed. Yeah, all the bedding is from Amazon as well.
Yeah, and the bed itself is it's a full bed, but it's actually built to accept a queen bed. So if we ever wanted to upgrade to a queen, we would just have to cut the length a little bit to make it fit width-wise, but it could work.
It works. And the nice thing is that with this bed going up all the way, I mean, we can walk underneath it. You just saw me walking underneath it. But even like my brother, my stepdad, some of the men in our lives are over 6 foot. And it's nice because they should be able to clear the bed frame. Eventually, we will probably do something underneath it. But for right now, it is what it is. Now, moving on, we have this really cool picture. I'm not going to take it off the wall. Jonathan made this for me, I think for my birthday last year, 2 years ago. It's of our dog Bandit. He's not here. But behind this is actually our...
panel box.
I couldn't remember what it was called.
All the hard electrical work behind that lovely photo.
So, and then the other cool thing before we move on to the kitchen and closet about this couch is we have this wonderful little side table here that we leave up all the time, but it can go down if we want it to. And underneath there are Bandit's toys and stuff. Now moving into the kitchen, what are these? Granite? No.
Quartz.
Quartz. Yeah, engineered quartz. From a local place around here. All of our cabinets are from Home Depot. The stove is my parents' old stove. And we'll get to the fridge, microwave, all that stuff. So we have a 15, right? These are 15-inch bases. I'm forgetting everything now. We've got a little junk utility drawer. All of our snacks. We're very organized freaks sometimes. And then kind of a drawer of random things. We have a 30-inch
30-inch sink base with, I believe the sink itself is like a 24-inch wide sink. Yep. So plenty big enough to do dishes, and it's actually worked out.
It's actually really... It's a deep sink, too, which has really been nice. On our windowsill, we've got all Bandit's treats, some of our candles. Our TV remote somehow ended up... Oops. Back over here. You should have seen us before we started this tour. Jonathan and I were like running around the house, picking things up, redoing what the other one was doing, but it's fine. We have this really cool pendant light from Lowe's that all of our lights are on a dimmer as well. So this is really cool. I'm going to try and get out of the frame a little bit, but this is what we have on every single night because our above lights, which we'll show you. Are you showing the lights?
Oh, no. I'm still figuring out the camera thing.
I know. But
lovely ceiling, too.
Our ceiling's awesome.
Incredible.
But all of the lights are super bright. I'll show you that they dim in a second. So then moving on to probably one of my favorite things about the kitchen, my spice racks. So I really wanted to get my spices out of a drawer because we love to cook and I love to add a lot of spices to things. So we built these and just hung them up and they have worked wonderfully.
You built them.
Well, you helped. You gave me the idea.
I inspired them. You built them.
So yeah, there was a lot of things that we were looking at. But anyways, underneath the sink is your typical sink stuff, just cleaning supplies, paper towels, oils and vinegars, all that good stuff. In here, this is another 15-inch base. We've got pot holders and all the assortment for kitchen items. More extra spices, kind of a random empty drawer. Surprisingly, we actually still have a lot of space in the tiny home for how small it is. And then more cooking supplies again, extra space and all that stuff. Our beautiful microwave and oven. Underneath the oven is all of our like baking dishes and stuff. You don't need to see that. Up here is all of our water bottles, extra coffee, bar items. Yeah. And then this is a 36-inch base, same countertop this was a Christmas housewarming whole present from my aunt and my grandparents. This thing has come in so handy while we've been cooking in the tiny house. There's so many different temperatures. You can do the 6 different things on it. There's a huge timer. I mean, we've done pork and we've done chicken tenders and we've made toast and it's been absolutely fantastic. We love it because for 2 people, you don't necessarily need to turn on the whole oven. We kind of just can use the
and our fancy cutting board.
And our fancy cutting board that my stepdad made us. Oh, there's like, I don't know if he sanded that down, but my stepdad made us this beautiful cutting board out of black walnut and something else. I don't remember.
Zebra wood, I think.
Zebra wood.
I think it was.
Okay, zebra wood.
Something else, but...
So yeah, this is like what it looks like more oiled because we've used the other side, but it's beautiful. We love it. This is used every single day. We also, if I can reach it. My cousin gave us this beautiful piece of stone that's also a cutting board that we use consistently as well. So moving on to above here. Oh, geez. Let me not break anything. We have our whole cabinet. This is a smorgasbord cabinet, but we love the fact that most of our dishes fit in here along with a lot of our dry pantry goods. All of our silverware is down below. Then we have, just for reference, this is like, this is a 36-inch base, but these are, I think they're 6-inch deep.
Yeah.
Like cabinets. We can fit so much stuff in here. It's insane. And then all of our Tupperware is down below. This cabinet is so heavy.
We love our meal preps.
Yeah,
plenty of Tupperware.
We meal prep every single week, pretty much. Minus this weekend since we're going on a trip in like 3 days. But anyways, moving on. Above the fridge, I am actually going to take these down just quickly. Those are for a friend's wedding that we don't need people to know about. This is normally full of like fruit and veggies and then all of our bread and chips and stuff. Currently we have cookies in here. Up here is kind of another assortment of like cooking ware and extra canned goods.
So that cabinet there is a little bit taller than the one that's above the microwave.
Yeah.
The one above the microwave is like an 18-inch cabinet. This one we were able to get a 24 just to have a little bit more storage. And then we got a nice fridge to go underneath it.
That, again, for perspective, I'm 5'8", and the fridge is smaller than me. But surprisingly, we have room
We packed it out.
Wow, we have a lot of meat in our freezer. All you see is meat. And then our fridge. So we don't need to show too many details. Our rotting celery. It's not actually rotting.
Yeah, so the fridge that we ended up going with is more of an off-the-shelf 24-inch wide fridge. There's some ones that are a little bit taller, but this one was a good deal, fits everything that we need, and certainly fits the space well.
And then on the side of the fridge, actually, we have our pizza stone and our really big baking sheet that just doesn't fit underneath the stove. So now we'll move on to the closets. We're going to backtrack a little bit. These closets are also from IKEA. I love IKEA. There's so much space in these. I'll show a little bit of mine, but my entire wardrobe fits in here. We kind of have, this is like our pantry, secondary storage closet. Another smorgasbord cabinet. And then Jonathan's closet is here. And then all of the baskets on the top are kind of full of things that we maybe don't use as often every single day. Bandit's got his own little basket. And then these are all from Walmart. So we love them. There's so much extra storage. We could probably fit like 3 more baskets if we wanted to, but we like the simple look. Then over here, we have this little mat that I love. It's from Aldi. Like I was saying earlier, all of our lights dim. So it's really nice when you don't want to like wake up and have your lights on. You can dim them a little bit. And then if we shut them off and turn them back on, they only go to that dimness. It's pretty great. So we have our Eufy lock that my parents gave us. Thank you, Mom and Walter. And then this wonderful shelf is also from IKEA. If you can't tell, we like IKEA. Kind of just holds our keys, some of Bandit's stuff, his tick spray. And then our beautiful Consuela sign. We named our tiny house Consuela kind of as a joke at first. When we were thinking of names.
And then it stuck, and then the grandparents ran with it, so.
Yeah, well, Gammy ran with it, not the grandparents, but, and we both love Friends, and, what was Phoebe's name?
Princess Consuela Banana Hammock.
Yep. So, shout out Friends. Anyways, now onto the bathroom. We have this wonderful pocket door, and then, let me turn on the lights. It's very small in here, so I'm going to kind of explain it, and then I'll have Jonathan come in and do a little round trip. We've got our sink here with the mirror that also has a light in it. If you saw the building video, you also saw inside this, but now we have all of our stuff. Fits everything really nicely. Toilet, or as we say, toilet. Love the windowsills in this entire tiny house. They're fantastic. They're like 5 inches deep. We can fit everything. We can fit extra stuff. Shower curtain. And then the actual shower. We have this beautiful niche. Is that how I say it? Niche?
Yes, niche.
I always say niche. But yeah, so this is the shower. Beautiful tile job by Jonathan. And then, last but not least, our little closet space. All of our drinks, kind of our daily use items, cleaning supplies, and then things that we don't necessarily use as often. And I'm going to let Jonathan kind of just show you around.
So here's the tile shower. So tiling the ceiling was a joy, you could say. Took a lot of time, but certainly came out great. We went with a plastic shower base, but ended up fitting in really well with the entire shower design. We wanted to have a wand on the shower head so we could wash Bandit out after he goes and loves to get muddy and play in some puddles. And as Renee mentioned, we have a nice vanity here. We actually ended up getting this one off of Amazon, which has quite a bit of storage. And then the entire bathroom itself is pretty spacious in regards to just being very usable. And then the area over here with all of our storage is actually very deep. It's almost 2 feet deep. And then those shelves were basically just made out of plywood and some trim that we had laying around. And also one of the biggest things is the mini split. So there's a mini split here that basically heats and cools the entire house, and fit very good in the bathroom, and has been great so far.
Well, then I gotta steal the mic back. I gave it to Jonathan.
There you go.
Why? What else are you gonna say?
Oh no, that's it. I'm cut off.
Don't worry, I'm doing fine. In case you heard in the background, I choked on my coffee and then shoved my head into the pillow to stop myself from choking. That's pretty much the tour of the tiny home.
Yeah. We're going to give an outside tour as
well?
well?
We'll give a little outside tour. I know Jonathan really wants to do that.
I want to do that.
Well, hold on. It's going to be really close to your face.
So that camera around, see how much I didn't
brush
my beard this morning.
Oh, did you not want to be on camera?
Oh no, I'm fine.
I thought you wanted to be on camera. So, what are your top 3 favorite things about the tiny house?
Top 3. Number 1, I would definitely say the bed lift. That just worked out great. Such a usable space. We played around with a lot of different loft ideas. None of them we liked. So the overall design of the elevator bed makes everything very usable. Yeah. 2 would probably be the kitchen. Just the amount of counter space we were able to manage. For other reasons, which we could certainly get into at another point in regards to the whole kitchen design, which came out wonderful. Yeah. And then probably after that, the just have the mini split, just how well that all works out. Oh my God. And how simple everything works for the mini system.
Split is so strong.
Oh yeah. So very warm.
Yep. I would say my 3 favorite things, 100% the kitchen. As I mentioned, I love to cook, and I do most of the cooking.
Yes, you do. I do some grilling.
You do. You also cook, but it's just really nice to have all of the prep space. And to actually have a full-size stove is really nice too. Mm. So, there's dog hair in my mouth. Hold, please. There we go. Second, honestly, the shower. The shower came out so good, and even though it's small and I can't shave my legs very well, it's still nice. Like, I don't think I would have wanted to do some of the other options that we were looking at. And then third, the windows. I was really adamant on all of the windows, and it's nice because if you actually, will you shut off all the lights?
Yeah.
Because we do
the lights, so.
Right. Well, that's the thing is that there's not a lot of lights in here to begin with, but also when you actually have the lights off, there's a decent amount of light. This window that's in front of us is the kitchen window. Mm-hmm. It is insane how much natural light. Yeah.
It's cloudy out right now, so.
But yeah, I think that's that for the tour. We're going to go do the outside, the quick version of the outside.
Quick little walk around.
And then the one thing I will say, if you have watched the building videos, Jonathan had mentioned in the first one, and I think I threw in a glimpse of it in like the second or third one, was the Wellhouse. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give him a little bit of free reign.
Give me a few minutes.
Give you a few minutes to just take y'all in there and show you that, because you'll see when he takes you in there, there's not a lot of space and there's not a lot of room to really get like a camera in there and film. And I have a couple pictures and a couple videos, but as much as I love him and his father love to drop the F word. Mm-hmm. And quite a few of the videos have multiple F-bombs. So that's also why I didn't include him. But we'll show you the Go Mini, the Wellhouse, and then a little bit of the outside.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. All right, we going?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the outside. We're going to walk right through the door.
We put a little porch out here.
Yeah.
A soon to be future patio.
Our Blackstone. You didn't even hit the porch. Oh. You just walked right past everything.
Oh, I can come back up.
No, too late. I already got everything.
All right.
So there's all of our stuff. Okay, now you can go down and talk about your little patio.
Okay. So yeah, we ended up getting the deck from my cousin. We were looking for a little patio, and he ended up just having one, so we repurposed it for the tiny house. It ended up being actually a great size for the house, and our little patio is currently just to keep some dirt down from going in and out, especially with Bandit.
Yeah.
But we are eventually going to add a lot more patio pavers over to where the grill area is.
Yeah, we have all of these.
And that's our next little project that we're about to take on soon enough. So, taking a look at the deck, we just put it on piers for the time being, and then it is attached to the tiny house. But when we do need to move it, it would be fairly easy to move.
It's attached to the tiny house?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's screwed to the sill plate of the door.
Oh.
Yep. Then for the skirting, we skirted the entire underside. There's actually, I'm not sure if they made it into the videos, but we insulated the entire skirted area.
I think you did a little bit.
So we used foam around the entire area, something that's not going to absorb moisture and also has a pretty good R value. And over the course of the winter, after it was completed, it's been working great. Mini split here. It's a Pioneer mini split. Can't remember the exact specifications for it, but it's certainly oversized for what we need, and was really easy to just plumb up and in, and that goes to the unit that's in the bathroom. And the entire tiny house itself is on piers, so no wheels underneath it. It's all supported and on the crushed stone slab, essentially.
All right, let's go check out the Go Mini.
Go Mini? Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll show the house.
Yeah.
Also, just a moment for the really cool grill. This beautiful blue grill that Jonathan picked up from his neighbor's front yard.
Oh, yeah.
It was free. It was on the side of the road, I should say, not the front yard.
Knowing me, it's going to be restored in about 2 weeks, so that's another project we're ongoing. So here is what we call the Go Mini, and no one knows what we're really talking about, but it's basically a mobile storage unit that we ended up getting for a really good deal that works as a wonderful shed. And here we're going to have a full-size fridge with some additional cabinet storage. Currently right now it's a little bit still of a construction zone, but eventually it's going to have a nice organization going on, shelves, and just a lot more bins and so forth to store excess stuff.
Yeah. Also just want to say that this Go Mini, it may be kind of messy right now, but Jonathan can attest to this. When we were building, it was absolutely insane.
Yeah, so
like you could barely walk in here.
When we were building, there was probably a 1 foot path down the middle of it.
If that.
And
you had to like tightrope it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So just remember, every single, a lot of the building happened in this building. Everything at the end of the day had to come back in here because a lot of the times we were fighting the weather. There was 2 foot of snow outside, and we had to get everything back inside, and it all had to get shoved back into this shed. So. Yep.
But it looks great, and it's serving its purpose.
Absolutely.
Jonathan has to take off the door to the Wellhouse, and then he'll take you on a little tour.
Yes, I will. And I can take
Jonathan's gonna take you over
for the inside, and hope I know how to use this camera. So on the inside here, you can see that there's it's an EPS foam, so it's like a foam board that's carrying all the way around the perimeter to make sure everything is nice and insulated. And here you can see the blocks that the trailer is currently sitting on. And the underside is actually an ABS plastic that we used in some of the very original videos. That's holding all of our insulation and so forth. So here, this is a door that we made out of foam just to essentially keep all the heat in this room. So I'll explain why momentarily. So this room here is a lot of work happened in this room. Essentially, what we're looking at here is the an area where the plumbing is coming down. So the toilet is right above that. So toilet flange is going basically right down into the sewer lines that run over to a septic system. So we actually have a full septic that's essentially on the land for the further larger house that we will be eventually building.
here we have that's our holding tank. So holding tank itself seems to hold plenty of water, so our well pump's not running too often. And then here we also have a small heater. We're getting out of the cold months now, but essentially that heater just kept everything nice and warm. And then you can see all the PEX lines that are running up into the tiny house. And over here, which is a cool unit, it's a tankless hot water heater. So we didn't have the space for an actual hot water heater, so the tankless unit had to suffice. We actually went through 3 different hot water heaters to get the right one, specifically for the electrical constraints. But yeah, we had to basically downsize it because tankless hot water heaters, the electric ones, use a lot of electricity. So be mindful of that. Down in the corner, that's actually a little contraption that we built to basically, it's a manual thermostat that's attached to an outlet. So the heat will kick on the second that it drops below freezing. Little overkill. You can buy heaters that do the same thing. But we like to be rather safe than sorry. And for the little thing that's dangling there, that here, it's a Govee humidity and temperature sensor. So on my phone, I would get alerts if anything drops below freezing. But this area down here has been very warm and it's been very well insulated. So the entire winter we were getting -10 degrees. This room was not dropping below the set temperature of the thermostat that we have over there. So this entire area down here, certainly a little tight, but we made it all work. Here we have a conduit that's running to the electrical for the mini split that's outside the front of the tiny house. So it runs out there. And then you have power that's running to the tankless hot water heater. And there's also power running down here to some of these outlets and so forth. So the conduit was something that was needed through code. And also, since it is basically tucked underneath with the trailer frame, when we do eventually go to move it, all of our electrical is in a conduit where all this can be pretty easily disassembled and reassembled wherever it eventually moves to. So yeah, that's the gist of the area down here. Certainly worked out great, but there was a lot of lessons learned and reasons for why different things are done a certain way. So yeah, also in the bottom left corner there, down there, that's actually our pipe coming up from our well that's feeding right into the holding tank. So all of that there is how the water supply and septic runs, and also a lot of the power runs for the all the fancy stuff upstairs. The only other thing that we're missing is on the other side down there. That is actually what runs up to the panel box. But yeah, that's a general overview of the underside of the tiny house.